Welcome students. Today I will teach you feedback amplifier. So before understanding feedback amplifier, you need to understand some basics of control system. What is feedback amplifier? You can suppose this is a control system. This is a control system diagram, a block diagram to find out the transfer function. This is called feed forward path. This is called feedback path. Feedback path means from the output terminal we are feeding a path directly to the input terminal. From the output terminal we are feeding a path directly to the input terminal. This is known as feedback path, and this GS is known as feed forward path. So if you calculate the transfer function, that is for generally two types of feedbacks are there. One is positive feedback, one is negative feedback. So what is the advantage and disadvantage of positive feedback? Positive feedback increases gain, but it reduces stability and increases distortion of the amplifier. Why? See, if you use positive feedback here, so our transfer function will be GS divided by 1 minus GSHS. Ultimately, it will increase the gain of the system, but it decreases the distortion, but it increases the distortion and reduces the stability of the system. But if you use negative feedback, the sign will be terminated by Hs. This feedback path will be terminated by a negative sign. So it reduces the gain, but it decreases the distortion and increases the bandwidth of the amplifier. Decreases input impedance and decreases the output impedance and increases input impedance. So transfer function Ts will be GS divided by 1 plus GSHS. This is called negative feedback of the system. Negative feedback reduces gain, but it increases this bandwidth and decreases the distortion of the system. It also increases. It also very useful in terms of sensitivity calculation. Sensitivity means how much can a negative feedback able to produce a signal without noise and distortion. How much gain does a negative feedback amplifier able to produce without noise and distortion? How much gain does a negative feedback amplifier able to produce without noise and distortion? So basically, there are 4 types of topologies are there in your syllabus: voltage series, voltage shunt, current series, current shunt. In both the cases, this is we are assuming. In all the cases, we are using the ideal feedback. So impedance is infinite, output impedance is 0. Input impedance is 0, output impedance is 0, input impedance is infinite, output impedance is infinite, input impedance is 0, output impedance is infinite in case of ideal feedback. So if we assume these 4 are the feedback topologies, then the type of amplifier that is used in every topology is voltage series for voltage amplifier, voltage shunt for transresistance amplifier, current series for transconductance amplifier, current shunt for current amplifier. So the voltage series for voltage amplifier, voltage shunt, transresistance amplifier, current series, current transconductance amplifier, current shunt, current amplifier. These are the amplifier that we use in case of ideal feedback system. In case of ideal feedback, this type of amplifier we use in case of ideal feedback system. Now our aim is to calculate sensitivity with the help of negative feedback system. This is a diagram of a negative feedback system. This is input voltage signal Vs. This is gain without feedback AB. This is beta feedback factor, and the AF is gain with feedback. Now we'll have to find out. The sensitivity of the system with the help of feedback amplifier. That is V0 is the gain. V0 is the gain of the output voltage of the system. V0 equal to AB into Vi. AB is gain without feedback. Beta is the feedback factor, and AF is the final gain with feedback. So from Vi is equal to Vi is the input voltage. Vi is the input voltage generated after the subtraction of feedback voltage from source voltage. Vs is the input source signal, or you can say it is the source voltage. Vs is the input signal, or you can say it is the source voltage, and Vf is the feedback voltage. So if you subtract the feedback voltage from source voltage, you will get Vi, that is called input voltage. So Vi equal so AV into Vs minus Vf, and Vf is equal to beta V0. So V0 by Vs equal, after calculation V0 by Vs, take it in the left side. After the calculation, your V0 by Vs ratio will be AV divided by 1 plus beta AV. So this is called gain. This is called the final gain of the system with feedback. Final gain of the system which has a feedback. That means it means gain with feedback. Final gain of the system with feedback. Now take logarithm in both sides. You will get log of AF equal to log of AB minus log of 1 plus beta AB. So now differentiate with respect to A. Let AB is the gain without feedback. Let AB is equal to A. So 1 by AF is into del AF by del A is equal to 1 by A minus beta divided by 1 plus beta A. So if you make the subtraction, it is 1 by A into 1 by 1 plus beta A. So AF by A is equal to del AF by del A is equal to 1 by 1 plus beta A. So del AF by AF by del A by del A, del AF by AF divided by del A by A. Del AF by AF means changes in the output voltage with feedback, changes in the gain with feedback, changes in the gain without feedback. Del A by A means changes in the gain with feedback. Del A by A means small changes in the gain with feedback. Del A by A means small changes in the gain without feedback. So this is the formula of sensitivity. 1 by 1 plus beta A, or you can say 1 by 1 plus beta AB. AB is the gain without feedback. So beta AB, result of sensitivity depends on beta and AB. That means feedback factor and gain without feedback. Now you have understood. With the help of the sensitivity, you can calculate how much gain does a negative feedback amplifier how much gain does a negative feedback amplifier produce without any noise and distortion. How much gain does a negative feedback amplifier produce without any noise or distortion at the output. So remember this block diagram. This will be useful for you. This is the formula of negative feedback. This is the formula of positive feedback. Remember always positive feedback increases the gain, but it reduces the stability and distortion and increases the distortion. These are the disadvantages of positive feedback. Negative feedback, on the other hand, reduces the gain, but it decreases the distortion, increases the bandwidth of the system. These are the advantages of negative feedback. Industrially and in all the applications of control system, generally feedback is used as an application of control system. Industrially, in all the cases of application of the control system, we use negative feedback amplifier because it reduces the distortion and increases the bandwidth. It may reduces the gain, but the value of gain can be controlled by using feedback factor. The value of the gain can be stabilized by using feedback factor, so that it cannot become too much low. We can stabilize the gain by using negative feedback amplifier, so that gain cannot become too much low or too much lower. So this is called feedback amplifier. In the next class, shortly after this video, we are concentrating on feedback topologies. I will teach you how to design feedback amplifier with the help of how to design different feedback topologies like voltage series, voltage shunt, current series, current shunt. This type of topologies with the help of series mixing and shunt mixing. You need to know what is called series mixing and what is called shunt mixing, how to design them by using feedback amplifier. For the time being, remember we are basically working on negative feedback amplifier. Today I will teach you some problems also regarding negative feedback amplifier, how to solve the problems, and after all this you'll have to study everything regarding negative and positive feedback amplifier, or you'll have to solve problems like calculation of sensitivity, design of the feedback topologies, and sometimes we are using ideal feedback amplifier. We are assuming ideal feedback amplifier to find out input impedance and output impedance, whereas infinite value can be treated as very high values, zero values can be treated as very low values. But sometimes you are asked to design, asked to find out what is the actual value of input impedance and output impedance. That also you can calculate by using feedback amplifier topologies. That may not be in your syllabus, but you need to focus on design. You need to focus on basically feedback design, feedback amplifier topologies, so that you can understand how the designs are going on, how people are designing the amplifier, how people are actually designing the amplifier. For the time being, this is the first class of feedback amplifier. Shortly after this class, we will learn how to design feedback topologies with the help of feedback amplifier.